I found your business card next to some dog shit.
That's where I leave them.
Why?
Because somebody always leans down to pick it up sooner or later.
She was as smart as she was beautiful. You're not from round here, are you?
You could say that.
Her breath smelled of garlic bread and her eyes were a strange yellow tinge I'd never seen before.
What are you doing in town anyway?
This and that. Solving a murder. Pissing off the locals.
The man in the septic tank?
That's right.
The weird thing is, they only had it installed a couple of weeks ago.
You missed the turn into Holt's place.
Who says we're going to Holt's place?
You are listening to Southbound, a Simon Fogg mystery, produced by Jake Erwin and written by Billy Francis. Episode 4, A Fire in the Shadows. Two hours later, after helping Sally with her shopping, fixing a fence in her backyard and visiting her elderly grandma, I was back at Holt's.
See you around, Simon.
I was in love, and I didn't care who knew. I'm in love! I'm in love!
With who?
No, nobody. Sorry. You can just drop me here. I trudged up the pathway, and everything seemed a little brighter. As I was making my way to the house, I could hear that fateful song playing in the distance. The song that had been haunting me since my arrival. I wasn't going after it this time. I'd ignore it. That was the best thing I could do. I walked in the front door and could hear muffled chatter coming from upstairs. Using my stealthy tiptoe technique that I'd mastered as a child hunter of the infamous Santa Claus, I snuck to the top of the stairs.
All I'm saying is there's got to be a way to get him out of the picture.
Like how?
Just make him disappear.
I've done it before.
That's right.
Ah! I caught you in the act. I knew it all along. You two. In cahoots. You sold him the life insurance, and then you take a cut when your company pays out. It all makes sense now.
What you talking about, boy?
I knew he'd lost it. I told you.
I just heard you. Take him out the picture, you said.
Well, we are trying to fix that picture of Skeeter. I'm gonna edit so, it's not all scribbled on.
And what does he know about that?
He's an artist.
Mainly watercolor and finger paints.
It's bullshit.
I'll have you know, I watched every single episode of Bob Ross in the 90s.
So you're fixing the picture, but you're not even questioning how it got like that in the first place. I'm trying to solve a murder.
Look, your flight is in 2 days.
What?
You heard me. No refunds, no exchanges.
I could have solved it.
Sure you could.
Just then, the front door slammed shut and a woman screamed. What's that?
Don't worry about that.
Gotta admit, it's pretty weird, buddy.
I ran out after her. She was heading for the maze.
Don't go in the maze!
I didn't want to go in the maze. I hated mazes. Ever since I turned a corner and found my mother snogging my PE teacher, I was scarred. But I still found myself stuck in them every 4 to 6 months. I turned around, lost inside. She was nowhere to be seen. Then I thought, the song. Just like the white-winged dove. Sing the song, feels like I'm singing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just as I was about to give up and retrace my steps,
Just like the white-winged dove.
Sings a song, feels like I'm singing. Ooh, ooh,
Ooh.
Ooh. She was standing right in front of me. You have a lovely voice.
Don't look at me.
I turned to face the hedge.
Can't even look at myself.
Why?
I'm ashamed.
What's wrong?
I'm a Democrat.
I heard.
You must hate me.
No, I don't. I still didn't know who it was. You don't need to hide away all the time.
I do in this town.
Well, why haven't you just moved away?
This is my home. It's not my fault I was born a Democrat who enjoys kissing girls.
Those things don't matter out west. Did you know that? You can even hold hands with other girls in public.
I need to be here. Have you ever been in love, detective?
I thought about my ex-wife. No, I haven't. Then I thought about Sally. I mean, maybe.
The things we do for love, right?
How come you're always in the shadows?
Nobody can judge me.
But a fart in the shadows still smells.
Did you just call me a fart?
What happened that day?
Noise, noise, noise. That's all I remember. Noise and nothing more.
Where were you?
I was in my room, alone.
Think back to the day your grandfather died.
I remember he woke up in the morning and was angry. He was always angry. Angry about something. Kept saying, I've told them that new septic tank ain't right, and they better come around and fix it before I get my Glock out.
I wondered what he was gonna do with the wooden percussion instrument.
It's a gun.
Oh, right. Yeah, I knew that. Who was he talking to?
Yeah, those mean boys who used to go to my school.
Boys? Boys? What kind of boys? Barley boys.
That's them.
So, they installed the septic tank. They sold the life insurance policy. You need to leave this town.
I can't.
If you don't go, how can I find you again?
Whenever there's a tweet from the president, I'll be there. Whenever there's a protest for women's rights, I'll be there. Whenever there's a...
But you also live in that house, right?
Right.
Okay, great. If I have more questions, I'll just knock on. I started walking away, and then suddenly it hit me. A branch. I walked directly into the hedge, and I thought, I didn't ask about the song. The song. I turned, but she was gone. Just like the white-winged dove, I could hear it all around me once more, in the maze. I hated mazes. Who pays money to get lost? And I was alone again. And I was spinning. I was spinning, spinning.
What the hell, Simon? Simon, wake up. Wake up, Simon. What the hell? Well, he ain't got no... Well, he ain't been... What the hell is that?
Looks like an elephant with a cold.
What happened?
You took your pants off again.
I've cracked it.
Crack what? Nothing looks broken to me.
The case, I've cracked the case.
Stop embarrassing yourself.
Listen, the Barley Boys installed the septic tank,
So what? My brother's always been in the shit business.
right? And the other one sells you life insurance, knowing full well that he could seduce your wife after you die, and then he'd be in line to inherit all that money.
You're barking up the wrong tree, buddy. We don't need no money. Our father made a pretty penny off the scratch tickets a couple years back.
Then why bother installing septic tanks anymore?
We love it, all right. It's our passion.
2 days, detective. You're out of here. 2 days.
I stumbled to the bedroom I'd been sharing with Skeet until recently. The sheets had been washed, I'd been assured, but it still smelled like death in that room. I was nowhere nearer to cracking this case than I had been when I first got there. I stood up and stormed around the room in a daze, kicking the desk, kicking the chair, punching the wall, hurting my hand, stubbing my toe, crying alone, kicking the desk, and the leg fell off. As I reached down, I noticed a card was propping up the desk. I opened it up. Sally, Jesse, Raphael. A warm feeling swept me up, and not the good kind like a nice cup of tea on a cold day, but the bad kind. Like when you've lied about eating the last biscuit in the box. The woman I loved knew more than she was letting on. Southbound is written by Billy Francis and produced by Jake Erwin. Music and sound design by Jake Erwin. This week's episode featured Billy Francis as Simon Fogg, Jake Erwin as Holt, Shelby Cohen as Sally Jesse Raphael, Max Goldstein as Barley Boy, and Lindsay Jacobs as the Democrat.